Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today, guys, we're going to be jumping back into the charts to take another look here at Cardano's ADA as it continues its journey to the 1.618 target. As I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, completely free. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. Let's jump on right down into Cardano now and take a look at what's been going on most recently and how we're going to potentially get to our target of 1.618, $1.26.7. Right, so we're on the daily chart. I just wanted to kind of illustrate exactly what this looks like, but I also want to illustrate the nature of what's going on here on a slightly smaller scale, essentially, right? Because over this side is our wave 2 low, okay? Then inside of here we have wave 1, wave 2, and all of this is wave 3. This is our wave 4, and our wave 5 should come up here, okay? So that's kind of the journey that we're looking to try to take. We've actually started the journey of the 5th wave on the hourly, and we're going to get into that in a moment. So I will delete that off. I won't keep it on there because we've already got it drawn out on the hourly chart anyway. Essentially, once we go past the 1.618, I'm expecting some kind of pullback. This would be a 4th wave pullback on our daily before the surge of the 5th wave up, okay? And the 4th wave is usually complex. We've experienced a 4th wave correction, guys. If I zoom out onto our weekly chart, the 4th wave correction that we've experienced, the complex one, actually started up here in May 2021. This effectively was an expanding flat correction, essentially this one. Really frustrating. It lasted for almost an entire year, okay? And that's the complex nature of these 4th waves, okay? So this is actually an expanding flat, meaning that you have the megaphone a pattern that a lot of other kind of people who don't follow Elliott wave theory would recognize this as. Essentially, it gets wider as it expands out. B wave goes higher than origin up here, and the C wave goes down lower than the A wave, okay? So really simple pattern if you notice it, but it takes the appearance of multiple different things on its journey, and it's a little bit difficult to sometimes place. That being said, we will be looking for a 4th wave correction on the daily. It shouldn't last as long, but I imagine it's going to last for a while. And this is because we are overbought on the stochastic RSIs. So we should be looking for some kind of corrective play, specifically here on the weekly. Okay. So as I come down into our hourly chart, we're going to take a look at the next move, right? How do we get up into this 3rd wave high before we start to see the corrective move? Well, here we can see that we're currently tracking a 3rd wave, potentially. We've got wave 1, wave 2, potentially even going to be a much bigger move than maybe we were first anticipating. Maybe there's some kind of expanding flat correction move happening inside here as well, which is a possibility. So we should be mindful over what is going on here, because this could be our correction right now, right here about here. We could be looking at another 4th wave before we actually get our 5th wave going higher into the target zone. Okay, so there's a lot of kind of stuff going on here. Essentially, what we're tracking is a 535 inside here. So yeah, we've got to see a 5th wave. It might be a little bit smaller yet. It might be that something like this, and then we end up with another ABC, and then a final 5 waves to take us to that target. If I pull that 4th wave down a little bit. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of noise in here. Essentially, what we're tracking are 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 waves inside of a 5 wave count. Okay, so a lot of noise going on there. We could count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we could be looking at that correction right now. So we could be looking at the smaller ABC move, and that's probable. So let me just map that out. That's a possibility considering the stochastics. So essentially this would be our low point just here. We pull that up, we pull this down to the high point that we've just had. This takes us down to approximately 116. Okay, so that would be completing that potential move if we were to see such a thing. But there is a good support level around here at 116.7, so that could hold out as well. But I'll leave it down there on the lower scale for now. And then this should start hopefully another impulsive rally with a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, etc., taking us out towards our target. Okay, and our target is 126.7. That's going to be the impulsive trigger on the daily chart. Okay, so we are still looking to hit that. I think there's a lot of noise and stuff going on here with the wave counts and whatnot. Now, the issue that I have here is that this this third wave, okay, so let me just tidy this up considerably so I can show you the bigger play here, because there's a lot of noise going on. I think it's important that we actually just take a moment to zoom out just a little bit, just a fraction. So essentially what we've got is wave 1, wave 2. All of this is being wave 3. Now, I don't like this as wave 3, and this is because it is actually relatively short. Okay, so this is probably going to have to change a little bit, which means we're probably going to move up more. Then there'll be a fourth wave correction and a final fifth wave. So if we actually measure this out slightly differently, which I think is actually a wise idea to do at this point for Cardano, we will just make sure all of those are on the point, which they are. We'll go ahead and move this over to our low. There you go. Our third wave should actually be up here. Okay, which means we might actually be ending up on a much bigger play. Okay, so this might mean that we are in some kind of complex fourth wave correction, as I first assumed, that we have an A, B, C kind of expansion. That would still take us down towards those low areas that we were mentioning before. So we will look for that. Potentially just dropping down lower than the A wave. So maybe it'll be around, it can't drop down any lower than our A1 wave high. Okay, so we know there's a limitation on that. So it's probably going to be coming in line with where our A wave over here was landing. Okay, so we'll pull that down to about there for now. We'll leave it and see how that one plays out. It could also be a running flat, which actually means that the C wave is shorter than that, and maybe this is actually the reversal. So we'll watch out and see what that happens. But our target for that third wave should come in at about 125.4. Then we have a larger fourth wave correction. Then we finally have a fifth wave that takes us out and hits our target of 126.7. So there's a lot of noise going on here with Cardano. It's definitely taken its time to get there. It's not as quick as something like VeChain or 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, where they've kind of just moved rapidly in one direction. But at the same time, it takes more money to move the needle for Cardano than it does for something like 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 or something for VeChain, considering the prices, right? So small amounts of money can move the price more on those than it can for something like Cardano. Specifically, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, right? 𝗕𝗘𝗪s can be able to move much faster than something like VeChain or something like Cardano based on the supply as well. So lots of kind of metrics and variables you have to consider. But essentially, I think this is the most probable outcome here for Cardano. A little bit of corrective noise here, then a surge up, complete that fifth wave, pull back down with an ABC. Game might be complex. Then we move up towards our fifth wave target, which should hit our daily target here, being 126.7. We hit that target there, then we should be looking at some kind of correction, again another fourth wave, before we go up into the slightly larger play, which will be our fifth wave high. Okay, and all of that, as I said previously, would be just wave 1 on a larger time frame. Okay, that'll pull back down and then we'll surge up and so forth, right? So we're in the really early stages. We're just, if we zoom out here, at the bottom of the correction after the expanding flat. This is now looking like we are getting good traction, good structure moving up, but we do need to hit the 1.618 target to cement that in and to give us the structure that we need as the foundation of the next impulsive surge, which if we go up to our weekly, you can see here, as the structure has followed, we've had the impulsive wave 1, impulsive or corrective move 2, the motive move 3, the correction move, which is corrective move 4 here, and then we're going into right now that motive play, which is our final fifth wave higher. Targets, we can kind of give a bit of an idea, a bit of a steer on that. I've got this mapped out at about 743 currently, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't surpass this massively. So one of these waves is usually overextended, and I get the feeling for Cardano that might be the final fifth wave. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.